how to analyze the data once we've found a niche and figure out whether it's a product worth selling or not, and how to come up with some ideas on how to improve this product so that you can actually stand out once you launch onto Amazon, because there's no point in launching a product that's exactly the same as the rest of the competition. You need to have that one thing, that few things that you can show in your images that makes your product stand out from the rest of the competition. So what we're going to cover is the theory and the basic skills and tips of selling on Amazon, the niche rater method, which is a Zonguru term. It's based on a few different elements that we think make up the makings of a really, really good product on Amazon. We're going to learn how to generate niche ideas using the keywords on fire method. We are going to analyze and validate the data using the Chrome extension. We're going to check out the seasonality and learn how to inventory plan with the use of SalesSpy. We're also going to learn how to make products even better by using the love and hate tools. So we want to know what customers are really, really enjoying about products, and we want to keep that in your new product idea, and we want to figure out what customers are not enjoying whatsoever about products and what the issues are, and you need to be able to improve upon those issues that people are already complaining about and put them into your product as you generate your next product. I'm also going to go over the 2020 perfect product vision. This was a 4-part series, which was a deep dive into product research and running your business. You may have seen it already. If you haven't, I'll send you the link to this, and we can go have a look at that. I'm also going to show you the help and training section, which is a new part of Zonguru that I've been working on personally recently to hopefully create a bit of a hub. So every time you have a question, before you go to support, you can just go to the help and training section, write your question in there, and you'll get an article that is answering your question. And it's also going to be the place where we keep all of our trainings, replays like this, social media and everything like that. So worth checking that out. All right, so just 1 second. I can't see my chat at the moment. All good. Oops. All right, so theory, what are we looking for? We're looking for a product that's generating around $10,000 or more in monthly revenue. We're not necessarily looking for a product that's selling, say, $100,000 straight off the mark. As a new seller, you really want to look for that product that's got medium demand, so around 10K a month, and low to medium competition. Because if you're competing with those guys that are selling 100K a month, there's going to be lots of people with big ad budgets. They're going to be competing on price. There's just so many more people coming into the market, and it's going to be really, really hard to stay consistent in that category and make a sustainable business. The idea with a 10K a month product is at 30% margin, you're making around 3K a month in profit. But if you duplicate that over and over, you can create a business around 2 or 3 different products where you end up making around 6 to 9K profit a month, but you're not going to have the stress of so much competition. So a little bit less competitive products where we're making a little bit less profit, but if you can replicate that over and over again, you're still ending up with quite a strong business. For example, if you had a 10K a month revenue product, that would mean that you were earning around $36,000 in profit. That's US in a year. And the 30% is around the average profit margin of a product on Amazon. That's what you want to be aiming for minimum. You want to be able to differentiate your product, and by adding lots of different products into your brand, you're setting yourself up for long-term success and sustainable growth. Whereas if you put all your eggs in one basket for trying to hit that yoga mat that's selling 100K a month, then your eggs are in one basket, and the chances of you succeeding are a lot harder, and it's a lot riskier. If that listing doesn't work out, then all your money and all your spend is there, and it's really, really hard for you to come back from. So to diversify your portfolio, have a few different products, spread the load amongst those products, and you'll find that the competition isn't going to be as great, and you've got a lot more chance of succeeding that way. A theory. So I know this is, when I first got to Amazon, and I know working in support, this is how a lot of people feel. We feel a bit like Homer. You're sitting at the Zonguru platform on Amazon, and there's just too many choices. Don't know where to start. So how can you figure out where to start? What is the best way? There is a method behind it. You don't want to just be randomly searching at different products and not even have you need to have a clear idea of what you're looking for to start with. So you need to understand the theory, which is the niche rater method, which I'll go over in just a second. You need to be able to set goals. So John, our CEO, talks about milestones versus milestones. So your milestones are those big goals, like I want to launch a product or I want to have a 10K a month product. But those milestones are, I need to do an hour's worth of product research every night. I need to get samples. I need to just pick a product that's got these few different, just the little things where there's the smaller little goals that you need to tick off that'll eventually get you to the milestones. So if you can write down all those little things that you need to do and tick them off daily, you'll find that you're reaching your milestones a lot quicker than if you're getting overwhelmed from thinking, oh, I've got so much stuff to do to get this one product launched. A really good free tool that we use for tracking like task management, things like that, is called Trello, Trello. I'll send you a link to that after this. It's free, and you can actually write in all the different tasks that you have and just tick them off. It's like a notepad, but it's on your computer. It's really, really useful. We use that here at Zonguru. You need to be able to reduce the obstacles to searching, and be consistent. So set yourself an hour a day to just focus on product research. Put the phone away, have that time to yourself. Don't look on YouTube, don't look on Facebook. Just be consistently searching for products. And once we go over the niche rater method, have this method written next to you so that when you're looking at these products, you can tick off the niche rater method and against these products, so you're having some focused searching. Because if you're distracted by your phone and Instagram and things like that, you're surprised how much time disappears, and it's really hard to get back into the rhythm of searching. So just use that 1 hour and work really hard and focused. Go down some interesting rabbit holes. So if you're looking, what Amazon is it suspects when you're looking on Amazon that you're a customer. So if you're searching up yoga mat and you're scrolling down the page and you're looking at all these yoga mats, trying to find the best one, and it starts showing you yoga rollers, yoga stretch bands, things like that, and you're thinking, why is it showing me that? I searched for yoga mat. It's because Amazon's trying to sell you products that it knows customers have bought in the past, and it's trying to show you things that it thinks you may be interested in. So have a look at these products, click on them, and maybe they could be products that you might be able to sell in the future as well. So use keywords on fire as well to generate ideas. So I'm going to show you the keyword on fire method in a second, which is a really, really good way of finding a product within any category, within like around a hobby that you're interested in, and just around it's just a really, really good way of finding niches based on the data before you even start looking on Amazon. Don't overthink it and have fun. There's no point in stressing out and not enjoying it. This is supposed to be, just have fun with it. Try and find a product that you enjoy, and try and come up with a really creative way of making this product your own. You'll have a lot more fun that way, and use the internet to spark an idea. If you're getting really, really stuck, there's nothing wrong with typing into Google hottest products of 2019 and just going through and just trying to come up with some ideas that way, typing them into Amazon after that, seeing how well they sell, and just use the internet. So just type in best Christmas gifts 2019 and have a look at the different lists and see if they work for you. Okay, I've lost my chat, so I'm just going to pop that up 1 second. Can't see where the chat is. Oops. All right, doesn't matter. Anyway, onto the niche rater method. So the niche rater method is made up of 4 different parts: demand, competition, investment, and potential. So what is demand? Demand is whether people actually want your product. So you need to know, we base that off search volume and sales volume. So we like to look for products that are, like I said before, around that $10,000 a month mark up until around $20,000 a mark plus. If you're seeing lots of products on page one that are doing around $10,000 a mark, $10,000 a month, that's a good indication that it's a niche worth getting into because it's got lots of demand. We want to be seeing search volume of around 4,000 to 6,000 searches per month for that keyword, which I'll show you in just a second as well. For competition, we base competition on typically on the amount of reviews the top sellers have. So we're looking to see how many listings on page one have above 500 reviews. We don't want to see too many with 1,000 reviews. We want to see lots of listings with under 100 reviews that are still selling well, because that just means that we'll be able to compete with them. And then when we jump into this market, that we have a good chance of selling as well. You need to keep in mind too, because if you're seeing lots of products with 1,000 reviews, the average review rate on Amazon is around only 2 to 3%, which means they've been selling hundreds of thousands of products to get that many reviews, and they're well established listings. It's going to be difficult for you to break in there because Amazon just knows that those products sell well. So they're going to keep pushing the ones that are already doing well. And it's going to be very difficult for you to jump in there. It's also about how well optimized are the sellers. Do the competition have great images? It's really hard to compete with a whole page one where all the images are great. Are they all differentiated? Do they all have their own point of difference? Are they all using their keywords? Do they have EBC? Are they using sponsored ads, PPC, things like that are all things to take into consideration around competition. We also have investment. So what's it going to cost to launch and stay in stock for 3 months on Amazon? We recommend, this is a bit of personal preference, but for the first product, we recommend around the $12,000 mark. This just gives you the best opportunity to launch a sustainable, good product that isn't just going to be a fad and die out. We like to say 3 months on Amazon because that gives you a bit of time to, if your product starts selling well, reinvest into inventory and get more inventory to Amazon before you run out of stock, because that's not what you want to do on Amazon. You don't want to run out of stock. So I'll teach you once we get up to the sales spy section how to predict how much inventory that you're going to need to plan for with your first shipment. And lastly, we have potential. So can you price your products above $25? So we like to say that on Amazon, there's not much point in selling products underneath that $25 mark. If you're selling a product for $10 at a 30% profit mark, you're only going to be making around $3 a sale. And it's going to take a lot of sales before your product's really making any solid, decent money. So unless you're selling a product that is just blowing it out of the water, selling thousands and thousands of units, you're better off selling a product at around $25 to $30 plus, because if you're selling a product for $30 and you're making $10 per profit per sale, you have to sell a little bit less than 3 times the amount that you would have to if your product was $10. So it gives you that bit of room as well with profit to spend on PPC and things like that. If you're selling a $10 product and you've only got $3 profit and $3 to spend on PPC, chances are you're only going to be walking away with around $1 or $2 per sale, which is not really worth the effort unless you're selling thousands and thousands of units a month. Sorry, just have a quick sip of water. All right, so this is probably this is the place where I get most passionate around is differentiation, and differentiation that is not just branding, changing the color, putting just basic little touches on it. I like paint. I really focus on differentiation that is fixing a pain point and being able to show it in your hero image. My first product on Amazon, I got really excited, just found something on Alibaba, chucked it up there that was doing well. It started selling really well in the first couple of months. But because I did a product that was so easy to get off Alibaba and so easy to copy, everyone copied. Within a month or two, there was about 8 people selling the same product. We all started competing on price. I ended up having to drop my price to where I was just breaking even until I could get rid of it. So take your time, have a look at the category that the niche that you're interested in once you've found one, and really figure out how you can differentiate your product to really fix a pain point. For example, on this picture on the right, we have a standard wheelbarrow on your bottom right. And the pain point to this is it's heavy to lift up. It's a bit hard to balance. It doesn't hold as much. It's just an awkward sort of tool, and it hurts your back. It's hard for lifting and things like this. The seller on the top left, I know for a fact he's selling around $190,000 a month, compared to the guy on the bottom who's selling about $2,000. Because if you have a look at his image, he's showing you, he's fixing all the pain points in that hero image. He has a giant tub. It's got 4 wheels. It can never tip over. You don't actually have to lift it at all because it's always on the 4 wheels. The handle here works like a jack, so you can actually lift the tub up and all the dirt will fall out. So it takes away all the manual handling. It's a lot safer, and it's just so much easier to use. And he can show that all in that hero image. And because of this, he's just knocking it out of the park in sales. So think about, when you are looking at a category, how can you take this guy's method and really have a hard think about how you can differentiate your product. Okay, so this is the 2020 Perfect Product Vision, which was a series that we held a few weeks ago with John, Darren, and we also had some experts come in. We had Adam Hudson from Reliable Education come in. We had a few other 100K a month sellers come in, and they deep dive all into product research, running your business, and all different things. It's probably our best training today. I definitely recommend just going to 2020.zonguru.com. I'll send you a link to it with the replay after this call. Sorry. Sorry, Matt, I can see that you just wrote a question into the chat. If you don't mind just putting that into the Q&A, I'll get to it at the end. Okay, and then on to the next one, help and training section. So with the help and training, this is, what am I doing here? Help and training section. So this is a new part of the Zonguru portal. So we've been working, if you look on the left-hand bar, when you log into Zonguru, you'll see the help and training section. Inside, it has a search bar that you can type in any question that you have for support, and you click enter and you'll get taken to the relevant answer and before you even have to reach out to support. So you can get your answer straight away there. There's a category there for product research training. So there's links to all the weekly trainings that we had for these trainings and for the seller trainings. And we have all product research webinars. The same thing for seller training. We have an educational content page full of the hot product list, Zonguru news, social media links, podcasts, our blog. We have a tool tutorial category with all the tutorials for every tool that we have, a frequently asked questions section, and a section for all of our free tools and mobile app, things like that. So worth checking out. I'll give you a quick run over that before we get started today. All right, that is the end of the theory. We're about to jump into it now. Just wanted to, oops, how do we stop sharing? How are we liking that, guys? Are we going okay? Not going too fast? Just write in the chat if we're going okay. All right, thanks guys. Okay, so going to share my screen again, and we will. All right, so first step, when we do our product research, we use the Keywords on Fire method. Now, Keywords on Fire is a tool that we use. It was originally for keyword research, so it gives you the exact data for every keyword that people search into Amazon. It gives you the exact search volume. So if someone typed in, for example, greenhouse, it'll tell you exactly how many searches per month greenhouse has. To run a Keywords on Fire session, we click add a product by phrase, and then we might just write cats, for example. So I recommend coming up with and doing this yourself and thinking of a category that you're really into. If you're, well, for example, one of my hobbies is fishing. So I would type in fishing, click search, and it comes up with a list of all the different products that are related to fishing. We'll just click select all, add products, and now it's going to add them all into here. And the next thing I do is always write fishing, 11th of December, 19, and then click run keyword analysis. This will run the session. And I like to date these things because the search volume of things can change based. If you search now and search in 6 months, the search volume may change, because obviously in say in January next year, people are going to be searching a bit less for products because it's after the Christmas period, things like that. So just keep in mind to keep it really organized, put all the dates next to it and keep on top of it. So yesterday when I was doing some product research, I do this quite a lot, and I was trying to think, all right, what's a sort of a not so interesting product we could do? Just looking around, let's look at covers, just a random word that typed into my head, a broad category. So I typed in covers into Keywords on Fire. And now to look at covers, we want to click on this button here, and it takes us into the Keywords on Fire page. So we can see for the word covers, we have 21 competitors that we've dragged in data for. And for those 21 competitors, they have 472 keywords. And those keywords all generate a total of $24 million per month in revenue. So every time someone types in one of these keywords down here, which is there's 472 of them, all the sales that have come up for those keywords have in total generated $24.5 million worth of revenue this in the last 30 days and 1.4 million searches. So there's a lot of data here, and it can be quite overwhelming. So what I like to do is I come to the settings and just focus on what things are really important to me to begin with. So I don't need a lot of these just yet. I just want to have the ones that are important to me, just so I can have a quick, easy look at the data and not get too overwhelmed. So I usually remove some of those categories just so I'm looking at demand, which is the search volume and keywords generated, reviews, which is going to be our competition. I want to see the price and the top 3 clicks and conversions, which I'll explain over in a second. And now to find a product, we still have too many keywords to look through here. There's 472. It's a bit overwhelming. So what I like to do is use filters. And to use filters, we click on, so we want to filter for demand. So how do we do that? Search volume or keywords generated. So I'm going to go search volume is greater than or equal to around about 2000. 2000's a good starting point. You can use any filters you like if you're not getting enough results or you're getting too many, but I like to start with around 2000. We then need to filter for competition, which is reviews. So I'll go reviews less than or equal to, and then I like to say around 300. And now that we can see that we've taken our list of 400 or so unique keywords down to 27. So it's a lot more manageable. We're not looking at this huge amount of data anymore. We're looking at only 27 potential keywords. The next thing I like to do is click on search volume. And this is just going to rank it now in order of all the products that are getting searched for the most on Amazon. So as you're looking down here, is there any products that are sticking out to you guys as products that could potentially be interesting to sell? And if so, just leave a mention in the chat and let me know what are you interested in selling or looking into further. Sorry. Is there anything that's jumping out to you that's getting mentioned a lot? Fire pit covers. Nice. Infant car seat covers. Yep. Nice. All right. Okay. So if you were to find a keyword on here, the first step that you to go into Amazon, what I'm looking for is I'm looking down. I'm trying to see if there's a theme. Is there things that are popping up quite often? And for here, I can see air conditioner covers are popping up quite a lot. So the next thing that I'm looking at is I'm looking over and I'm checking out the reviews. I want to find those products that have got the least amount of reviews, just because it means it's got the least amount of competition. If we are looking at infant seat cover, it's got 299 reviews. So it's a little bit on the high side, definitely worth still clicking on. If you click on this, it'll actually take you to Amazon. But I can see air conditioner cover here has got a huge search volume, huge keywords dollars generated, and only an average of 165 reviews on Amazon's page 1. And same with air conditioner cover units for outside. So we have 192 reviews and generating $300,000 worth. So this is something that and I can see it popping up quite a lot. So this is something that I want to look into further. So I've already set this up, but you can click on air conditioner cover and it will take you to Amazon.com, where we can have a further look into this niche. So as we look down, we're looking at this product. So it's obviously a cover that goes on your outdoor unit. It's from looking at it here, try and come up with some ideas on how you could make this product better. And then we'll talk about that a bit later. But for me, what I'm looking at is they all look pretty bland, but I don't know how exciting you can make a cover. And when we first come onto Amazon and we're using the Chrome extension, if you haven't used the Chrome extension before, one thing you need to make sure you're doing is the first step in this top left-hand corner, make sure your address is a USA address. So what I usually do is type in USA zip code 9001. It just gives you an LA address. That way, Amazon's going to show you all the products that are able to sell and ship into the USA. If you have an Australian address here, it's only going to show you the products that can be shipped to Australia. So you're not going to see the full scope of what's being sold on Amazon. You're not going to see all your competition, potentially all the opportunities that you might have. The next step I want to do is open up the Chrome extension. So if you're looking at the Chrome extension here, we can see we have a few different things, but we have the niche score, which is this rainbow, and the niche score is a guide. So if you're doing your product research and you're looking at the niche score, do not base all your product research off this one number, because this number is an average of every product on page 1. And you might get a few skewed results in there with products that are put on page 1 that are not exactly what you're searching for. For example, like we talked about with yoga mats before, Amazon might try and show you a yoga wheel, a yoga stretch band. So use this as, okay, we've got 63% here. Anything above 50 is probably a niche worth looking into further. We've got 63% here, so I want to look into the data more. So that means that we want to use all the other tools and make sure that this product is worth selling. So if we see 63%, how is that broken up? So the orange part of the rainbow is buyer demand. So are people searching for this product? People purchasing the product? How much demand is there? So 68% is really high demand. Keep in mind that at this time of searching, we are searching in Christmas period. So the sales for these products are probably a lot higher than they usually would. It's probably not the best present ever, but a lot of categories that you're going to be looking for at the moment are going to have high numbers at the moment, because the Chrome extension takes a snapshot of the sales data based on that day. So it's going to look at where that product is ranked in that category, and it's going to give you a really accurate estimation of the sales figures of that product based on that one day. And if you're looking in this Christmas period right now, you're going to see quite high numbers because these products are selling really well at this time of year. But that just means that you need to add your products into SalesBuy later on so that you can get a look at these products across the whole year, which I'll show you in a second. So we also have competition opportunity. For competition opportunity, it can be a little bit confusing. You do want to see less competition means you want a high percentage. So the closer you are to 100% on any of these fields, the better. So if we have a competition opportunity of 40%, that means that maybe there's a lot of reviews. Maybe the listings are really well optimized, lots of keywords, lots of EBC, things like that. But it doesn't necessarily mean we can't get in there. It just means that we might need to have a bit more of a look and a bit more of a think of how we're going to differentiate your product. Investment sweet spot. So we have 77% here. That just means that our launch budget is around $8,000, and a perfect launch budget would be around that $12,000 mark. So it's, again, this could be dependent on your personal circumstances, how much money you have to invest, etc. And revenue potential is how many sales are being generated and what is the price of the product, how much profit. So if the average product's only making 100 sales and it's and your product's only $10, then the potential there is only to make $300 profit a month. So you don't want that. You want a category that's got lots of sales and the price is higher, around that $30 to $50 mark. Just means that you're going to be putting more profit into your pocket with every sale. All right, on to the next tab, we have the search volume. So this is a really, really useful bit of information. This is the exact amount of times someone has searched for air conditioner cover in the last 30 days. So Amazon actually gives this exact data to us as a trusted partner. So, and these are the numbers that come from Inside Keywords on Fire as well. So it's going to be a little bit higher at the moment, again, because it is Christmas time. Potentially it's a seasonal product too. I'm not sure how many people would want you remember it's winter in the States at the moment. I don't know how many people will want to cover up their unit when it's summer and they're actually wanting to use it. So this might be quite high because people are wanting this product a lot more now. So we also have the monthly sales average on page 1, the average price of the product on page 1, average amount of reviews. This is a really good number to see. At around that 100 mark, it means that there mustn't be too many products with well over 1,000 reviews, which means there's a chance of you competing. The average star rating of the products on page 1, average monthly revenue that they make, and the launch budget, which is around 30%. So to figure out the launch budget, we do around 30% of this price times by the average amount of sales times by 3 months. And then we add a few different figures in there to account for samples and seller costs, things like that. So that should be a pretty close estimation to what it's going to cost you to launch a product in this category. So the first thing I do when I get to the Amazon page when I'm looking for a product with a niche score is obviously I check that I'm in USA. I check that this search volume is above 50. I check that it's a good number. If this number was like 50 or below, then that means that this is probably not the keyword that people are searching for to find this product. And I'd want to scroll through and look at all the different what terms are coming up in the title most often. If I'm seeing air conditioner cover, custom air conditioner cover, I'm seeing air conditioner cover quite a lot. So it means that we've probably got the right keyword. But if we weren't seeing that, I'd want to go and type air conditioner cover in until I found a product that had a few thousand searches a month, because that is probably the product that everyone's actually, probably the keyword that everyone's searching for to find the product. The next thing I want to do is I come and I click on reviews. So if I click on reviews twice, it's going to filter this whole page 1 by the amount of reviews. And like we said before, we don't want to see too many products over 500 reviews. Here we've only got 1. And now I'm looking here at the revenue, and compared to the reviews. So I want to see lots of products around that 100 reviews mark that are still selling around 5 to 10K a month. So as I scroll down, I'm looking in the revenue column, and I can see that there's lots of products here selling really, really good revenue with low reviews. This just means that as a new seller, you're going to easily be able to compete with these guys and have a chance at selling $5,000 a month up to maybe $40,000 a month if you can differentiate well enough and show that in your photos. So the next step from here is I want to add lots of these products to SalesBuy to see, is this a seasonal product? Can I sell it year round? How many units do I need to sell to order to launch this product? And to do that, you can just click on this little plus icon and it'll actually add your product into SalesBuy. What I like to do personally is add lots of products into SalesBuy. So I'll go down and I'll add products that are in the low reviews. You can see with the little glasses are the ones I've added already. With medium reviews, around 150 reviews and higher. See, I've just added quite a lot at all the different ranges, because this way I want to see how well products sell at the different levels, like the different stages those listings are at. So I want to see how well the new sellers are selling, and I want to see how well the experienced sellers are selling, just to give me a bit of an idea of what I have to plan for in the future. So how are we going, guys? Are we feeling okay with that? All good? All right, so great, cool. Perfect, thanks guys, appreciate it. So we are gonna head over back to Zonguru now and check out the SalesBuy. So SalesBuy is our tracking tool that can track a product over a certain period of time. So I always have my time frame set up to the last 1 year. You can change it to 7 days, 30 days, 6 months, and you'll actually see, if I change this to 30 days, watch the revenue numbers, because they'll change, because it's the average revenue of this product in the last 30 days or the average revenue of this product in the last 1 year. So if we see that change from 90,000 to 57,000, and that's where a few people will get confused, because they'll come over from the Chrome extension and they'll see a product that's doing, for example, 10K a month, and then they'll put it over into SalesBuy based on the year and it's averaging 5K a month, and they're thinking the data's wrong. Remember, the Chrome extension is looking at the data on that single day. The SalesBuy is averaging out the revenue across the whole time frame. So we can see here, I've got lots of different products here. I've got low reviews, I've got high reviews, and I just want to see, is there any trends? Is this product seasonal? How many units are they selling? What do I have to plan for? So I'm going to ask you in the chat once I open up this graph, and I want you to tell me, can you see anything interesting about this product? And I want to know, like, what can you see about this product that you may have to watch out for? For example, this one here, what can you see just from looking at this graph? The yellow graph represents the revenue made, and then we can see it jumps up and then drops down and then jumps up again at this time of year. Can anyone type into the chat what they think may be going on here? Seasonal, perfect. Thanks guys. So perfect, you're all onto it. Sales drop, that's correct. Awesome. So yes, it's a product that is, I'm guessing in winter, they don't need an air conditioner. It's cold enough. They just want to protect it from the weather. So in their winter time, there's lots of sales. They're covering up their air conditioner units. And then in summer, you can see the sales drop off because they're obviously using the product. They don't need it there anymore. And we can see that so this blue line here is for the BSR. So your BSR is your bestseller ranking. And for example, this product might be in outdoor living. So it is the product 5,245 in the category outdoor living. But it's like the #1 product for the keyword air conditioner cover. So essentially, the higher that this number gets, like the lower down in the category it gets, essentially, the lower the sales. But the lower that this number gets closer to the top, so the closer it gets to the #1 product in this whole category, the higher the sales get. This little white line here is for the amount of units sold. And another interesting thing is to check out this date here and see whether these products have been sold recently or they're well established. Like 2009, that is one of probably the oldest products on Amazon. So he's obviously very well established. He's selling quite a few products. And as you click on here and you and you scroll across, you can actually see the revenue and sales per day. So this is a really good way to judge, okay, how many units am I possibly going to need to launch this product and sell really well. What I also recommend, because this product is got 1,200 reviews, you're not going to be competing with him straight away. So don't have to think that you're going to be selling 70, 80 units a day straight away. What you're most likely going to be doing is selling as much as these guys down here with 20 reviews or so. So I want to open up a few of these different graphs and just make sure that the trends are the same. So I'm seeing the trends are the same here, which is good to know, because if I only added one product in and it had a dead straight line and it was just a fluke product that didn't really have seasonality, we'd be thinking, oh, I'll just order the right amount of inventory for that product to sell. But if I had added a lot more and saw this peak in winter for all the different products, I would have known, oh, okay, this is a trend that affects the whole niche, not just this one product. So that makes sense, I hope. Keep that in mind. And then we're trying to find some of these products. Okay, so he sold since August 21, 2019. So he's a brand new seller. And you can see that the graph only starts in October. That's why it doesn't look like it's got the big peak yet. And on average, he's doing really, really well still. So he's selling around $1,000 a day. This is something to keep in mind. If you were to launch this product around this time of year, this is the sort of inventory that you may need to order. I just want to have a look at another. Okay. Similar here, he's doing about $200 a day. So it's just something to keep in mind. We can see that he started in June 5th, 2019. Something to keep in mind when it comes to your category, add a lot of the different products in. Have a look at the guys that have started in 2019 with low reviews and base your inventory planning off 3 months of these totals. All right, so we found a product. It's a bit seasonal, but for example, we still want to go into it. Now we need to be able to evaluate this product and see how we can differentiate it. What are people loving about the product? What are they hating? And for that, we'll go into the love-hate tool. All right, so once we're in the love-hate tool, we do something very similar to what we did in the keywords on fire. We add a product by phrase, air conditioner, cover, click search, and it's going to show you all the different products. If you're seeing products in here that don't match what product you're selling, deselect them. For example, if that's not one that you want to sell, deselect it. But for example, if it was a book or something showing up there, don't put it in, because you might be getting reviews in there that are going to skew and just be kind of annoying as you're looking through the data. Oops. You want to then click add products, and then type in the session name. So air conditioner cover, and then put the date as we did before, create session. And you'll see that this actually hasn't started running yet. It's still got a little plus symbol next to it. Play symbol, and we want the icon. So you need to click the play button and then click OK to start running this session, because it will use up a session. It takes a bit of time, take about 5 to 10 minutes. So make sure you take that second step. It can get quite frustrating sometimes when you're waiting for it to work and you come back and you realize you haven't clicked play yet. So we're going to look in the air conditioner cover. And what's happened here is we've created a word cloud of all the keywords from the 1 and 2 star reviews. So what are the main keywords that keep popping up in the 1 and 2 star reviews? They go into the hate section, and then the main keywords that come up in the love section, which are from the 4 and 5 star reviews. And then we can see once we'll click on air conditioner unit, and this will sort these reviews by where air conditioner unit pops up, air conditioner pops up the most. So we can see as we go through here, what are people saying about this product? For example, too small, I needed a 40-inch cover, I had to place my conditioner before the rain came, parts of the air conditioner was covered, not happy. So potentially with this product, you really would want to focus on making sure your sizing is correct and letting the customer know very obviously what size your product is, because some customers may come in, just buy it because they think it looks big enough in the picture and then it not be big enough and get very frustrated. Sizing is incorrect. Does not fit. I measured it, and when it arrived, it was smaller than described. So sizing, as you can imagine, would be very, very frustrating for these people. Windstorm. So first windstorm, got ripped off and blew off, never saw it again. Was ripped off the air conditioner after a windstorm. So make sure maybe need to have some straps in there that are, when it gets windy, or some way of securing it to the air conditioner so there's no chance of it falling off. We also want to figure out what people are really, really loving about the product. So we'll click on, for example, quality material. What's this quality material they're talking about? Great product, high quality material, fits like a glove, perfect. Feels like high quality material, and it's not getting worn out in the weather, for example. So really, really important to go through, click on a lot of these different keywords, scroll through. Air conditioner, I was worried it was going to blow off in the wind, as we often get, and they wrap the strap around and it works. So you want to make sure you go through these, figure out what all the customers are loving, make sure you keep that in your product when you're coming up with a new idea. Going through all the hate section, writing out what all the issues are with the products, and making sure that you fix these issues when it comes to launching your product. And if you want some inspiration around how you could create a better product, what I would do is come into the keyword section, type in air conditioner cover, and then click Pinterest, and it'll take you to Pinterest and show you all really creative versions of a air conditioner cover. All right, guys. So we will start our Q&A now. So if you have any questions at all, please write them down in the Q&A section. And for the next 10 minutes or so, I'll answer your questions. Sales drop seasonal. All right, come on, guys. I know we'll have some questions here. You've got me for the next 10 minutes. This is the time. If you have any questions, don't be shy. Otherwise, I'm going to start pointing out people, and you're going to have to come up with a question on the spot. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Thank you. You're a great teacher. Thanks, Henderson. I need to watch again. All good. I'm going to send out the replay. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to us at support, and I'll probably answer your question there as well. Do you have any questions regarding Zonguru at the moment, or product research, or anything that's anything at all? Otherwise, I might have to end the session. We had a question right at the start. Let me go back. Whether you can, hey, Joseph asks whether he can use Zonguru to sell in Australia. So yes, you can use Zonguru to sell in Australia. The Chrome extension works perfectly in Australia. The only thing that you won't see yet is the niche radar, and we can't use keywords on fire yet because we do not get the exact search volume from Amazon for Australia just yet. We are working on that, and we are working with Amazon at the moment to try and get that data, and hopefully it will come soon. But you can use every tool that we showed you today. So the Chrome extension, and just go through manually, have a look at the data, filter by reviews, see if they're selling well with under 100 reviews, add the products into Sales Spy, and assess it that way. But yes, it will work in Australia, and you can use it to track your selling in Australia and everything. Awesome. Thanks, Joseph. What does BSR mean? Okay. So BSR stands for bestseller ranking, which means, for example, you have the category of kitchen and dining. So that is the big, broad category. The goal is to be the #1 seller in kitchen and dining, because if you are the #1, if you have one BSR, that means you are the best seller in kitchen and dining, not necessarily the keyword or the niche that you typed in. For example, the air conditioner cover unit we were looking at was the #1 seller in air conditioner covers, but he was actually like the 4,000th 4,000th BSR for outdoor living, for example. So BSR best bestseller rating. I've just went blank again there. Sorry. Awesome. Zach and Sophie, if a product is doing 20K a month, is that still a good niche to look at? Yes, sure. These numbers that I gave you, we like to just base them. We say around that 10K a month because we're saying it's not going to be as competitive. If you're seeing lots of products doing 20K a month, that's a really good sign as well. Just make sure that when you're looking at the reviews, there's not too many with over 1,000 reviews, over 500 reviews. You want to see lots of products, remember, that are selling under 100 units, under 100 reviews and still selling well. If there's sellers doing under 100 reviews, selling over 10K to 20K still, awesome, because you have a chance of competing with them as long as you can differentiate well enough. Okay. Or looking into 10K product safer. It's not necessarily safer. It's just, yeah, like I explained, 20K a month is probably going to have more competition. You just have to look at the numbers. Okay. Having trouble differentiating with suppliers, minimum. So Matt asks, is having trouble differentiating with suppliers, minimum order quantity is 500 units is for his budget. For suppliers, they want 2.5 minimum order quantity for color change alone. What would you recommend? I would be interested to see how many suppliers you've talked to. And what I would recommend is talking to your suppliers and make sure you're reaching out to 4 or 5 different ones and explain to them, I want to differentiate more than color. And this is a long-term relationship that I'm looking for. I don't want to, this isn't just going to be one order and then disappear. I need to test my 500 units just to see if it sells well, if it's a good product. I'm sure you can understand that I don't want to sell 2,500 products that customers may not even want. So you have my word, if we sell these 500 units and does well, that I'll continue to make orders through you. And I'm really looking for this to be a long-term relationship. You really need to build that trust with your supplier and build a relationship that it's a win-win. Maybe if he's definite on that he won't do less than 2,500 for his first order, then maybe look for a different supplier or just explain to him that situation and see what he says. Okay. Zach and Sophie ask, can you look up the niche score on individual products? No, because the niche score is taking a look at the whole niche as a whole. Like the niche score may come up for certain products, but it's not really what you want to base it off. The niche score is looking at how competitive the whole niche is, how many searches the whole niche is getting, what is the demand for the whole niche. It's not really giving you the right information if you're looking at it just for one individual product, because you're too focused on one product. You don't know what else is going on. If you were to launch into that category, you're not going to be competing with that one product. You're going to be competing with the whole page 1, page 2. So make sure you're looking at the niche score on the whole of the page. But keep in mind that it is only a guide too. So if you see a niche score that's 40%, 30%, potentially it's not a good niche, but I'd still look into it. Make sure you're looking along the reviews. If they're still selling well, if there's low reviews and they're still selling well, but and they're not very well differentiated, there still might be a chance to get in there. Once you keep looking into products and you get a bit more of a trained eye, you'll be able to look past the niche score into these categories and have a good grasp of whether a product's going to be worth selling or not. Hope that answers your question there. So Pradeep asks, could we filter products with niche score? No. So we are currently in the works of a product where you're going to be able to put in all your different criteria, like your niche score criteria, and then it's going to search through the whole of Amazon and pop up with the products that meet your criteria. We're just not quite there yet. Hopefully next year, at the start of next year, we're going to have something like that up and running. So